Hello and Allahu Akbar. Time is 11 o'clock. I think it's the 8th of April. I previously explained the first two lines of this Mathnavi. Just to get a quick idea, the first line was about the essence of God, that the entire universe cannot create it, which means the creation is always lower than the creator. But then in the second line he opens a door, Baha'u'llah, and he says that if people would understand what it means by the presence of God as they were promised by Muhammad, the prophet of God, that in the day of resurrection they'll see God, I could have said a word or two about the secret of eternity. In these 3 lines that I have written it for you right in here, he explains in these 3 lines what would have happened if actually people, the first 2 conditions would have been removed. That is, the first, people would know what the day of resurrection is, and then he would explain what eternity means. If these 2 conditions would be there, this is the result of it. He says after that, His Divine Majesty, he says that تا که جانها جمله مرهونت شوند تا که دلها جمله مجنونت شوند. Again, if you look at it, the first word is ta, T-double-A, I said ta, means till, ke, K-E-H, till that, Jan ha, the ha is the plural form for Jan. Jan means soul, life. Jan ha means the souls. Jumle has 2 meanings. It means sentence, but also it means totally, wholly, fully, all of it. Marhun means indebted. Marhunat, the T at the end is the pronoun that adds to the word. And shavan means become. So, تا که جانها جمله مرهونت شوند. He says, if I set this, reveal this eternity, the secret of it, till that all the souls fully becomes indebted to you. That's what it means. All of us, we feel indebted to God if we knew what eternity means. All. The word jumle means totally, fully, everyone. There would not be no repudiations then. But because those conditions are not there, that is, he can't fully explain the secret of eternity, and people do not understand the presence of God. He says, if I do that, 2 things happen. You'll see all the souls fully becomes indebted to you, and all the heart fully becomes intoxicated, crazy about you. That means they would know, all of us would know how beautiful God is, how beautiful this truth is. We would be totally, all of us would become crazy about God. And we all would feel, it's in the first hemistick, we all feel we are indebted to him. If this secret is revealed, which, by the way, he would reveal it. This is the theme of this Mathnavi. He again continues, this is one thing that happened. The first thing that happens, you will see all the souls become indebted to God. All the heart becomes crazy about him. Then he says furthermore, تا ببینی عالمی مجنون و مست. Pay attention, please. Ta again, T-double-A, ta means till. Bebini is imperative. Bin means didan. Bin means to see. Bebin, the first B that comes in the front of bin, it makes an imperative. And the I at the end, which I brought in the form of double E, that means till you see. I at the end means you, it refers to God. Till you see alami, this I at the end of this word, that was a verb, I to the verb added, this I added to a noun. Alami means the word, a word, a world. Alam means universe, the world. Alami means a world, a universe. Majnun again means crazy. Majnun is a reference, you have heard that in the Seven Valleys, about Layli or Layla and Majnun. It's like a Romeo and Juliet that you have in English. This story is an Arabic story about the love of Majnun, which used to be a prince, Layla, which is a princess, and they could not, of course, get together, just like the Romeo and Juliet. And finally, the man becomes Majnun, which means crazy. His name was Ghais, but at the end, because he could not reach to Layla, he became crazy. So they call him Majnun, means crazy, or enamored, I would say. Baha'u'llah says, till you see the whole world, the one world, that is Majnun, intoxicated, that is enamored. Majnun exactly means enamored, crazy. Majnun O mas. This O, it actually is a va. Va, just one word, va, in Persian means and, A-N-D. For and, we have one letter, va. But in poetry, or sometimes in the talks, we don't say va, we simply say o. Instead of saying Majnun va mast, we say Majnun o mast. Mast means definitely drunken, intoxicated. So, back to the meaning again. Till you, I means you see one world, crazy and intoxicated. What this craziness and intoxicating will do, this is what it does. What people will do, this whole world that becomes crazy and intoxicated about their begetter, their God, they will have Ruha Bahre Nesar Andar Do Dast. Translation. Ruh means spirit, means soul. In this particular example, it means heart. This is the same translation Shobi Effendi has done in the Book of Certitude, where he says for the word ruh, he uses heart. So, ha in this, at the end, H-A, is the plural form of ruh. Ruh means, as I said, soul. Here means heart. Ruh, ha, means the souls. Bahr, we have that. We don't write it, but this bar would have to be pronounced with an A at the end of it. We would have a sound of E at the end of R. So apparently it's written Bahr, B-A-H-R. That is B-H-R. But you have to add the sound of E at the end. So Ruha, the soul's Bahre. Bahr really means for. F-O-R, for something. In a more poetic way, literal way, you could say Bahr. Bahr to means for you, or you should say Baraye to. Normally we don't use Bahr when we talk, we say Baraye, but in the poetry use the word Bahr, which means Baraye, which means for, F-O-R. Bahr Nesar, again N-E-S-A-A-R, Nesar means sacrifice, ransom, where you're ready to, sacrifice. And there, it's a definitely old word, but used in the poetry. they've used the Persian in Afghanistan. They still use that. It's called the Dari Persian. Andar means this an is fallen right now, omitted. Simply say dar. Dar means into. Do means to. Dast means hand. So what will happen? It says Ruha, the heart, for sacrifice in their two hand. What Baha'u'llah says. He said the second thing happens, that you will see the one world crazy and intoxicated with their souls ready for sacrifice in their two hand. That is what he says it will happen. He says, if I tell that secret of eternity in these 3 lines, I'm going to repeat it. First you will see all the souls feel indebted, and all the heart becomes enamored with you, and you see the whole world, one world, crazy and intoxicated, with their heart in their two hands, ready. For what? The third line explains, تا رسد امر تو ای فخر زمان. Ta again means till, resad riches, amr your command. We have to use this, I put the sign a at the end. This is what is used in Persian. We use amr, amre. You have to use the e at the end. I'll explain these things on the second part of teaching in Persian, where I'm going to talk about grammar. So again, ta resad amre, till it reaches, amr your command, to you, a, o, fakhr zaman. Fakhr means the pride of zaman. Zaman means time. That is a line to contemplate on. So when they have their heart in their hand, they're waiting till reaches your command, O pride of time. Now, God is eternal, is not in time. But people are in time. To understand that, for people, for us, we have to have God in time. In that case, that God would be Baha'u'llah, would be the manifestation of God, would be Moses, would be Jesus, would be the Bab, would be the Muhammad, would be the Krishna, would be the Buddha, would be the Quetzalcoatl. These manifestations of God, they are the pride of time. One of the famous title that the Shiites have for the Bab, which they don't accept the Bab, but they're waiting for their promised one, they call him Sahib al-Zaman. Zaman means time. It says the Lord of time. The one who has time in his possession. So Baha'u'llah uses this Zaman with a reference to the manifestation, but he says Fakhr Zaman, which is the pride of time. What is the pride of this time is Baha'u'llah. That means it is not simply that some people say that, okay, manifestations are the same. If the command comes from Jesus, he would not be the pride of time. If it has come from Muhammad, he's not the pride of time. It was the pride of his own time, the other time. In this time is Baha'u'llah. So people are ready to see, to fall in love, to get ready to sacrifice. One more time. Ta resad amre to ey fakhr zaman. Till reaches the command of you, O pride of time. What will they do, people, with their heart? برفشانند بر قدومت رایگان. To throw on your foot freely. Says people, that kind of intoxication comes. The people, they with their heart, says, heart and soul, ready in their hand, freely they throw on your foot. Isn't that what they did when His Holiness the Bab came? You've heard the story of early Babis and the Baha'is and their sacrifice. Most amazing sacrifice they had. They were truly, this line explains them. They did understand the presence of God and the manifestation of God, which was Baha'u'llah. And they felt indebted to him. They all felt crazy about him. God saw the whole world became crazy and drunken, crazy and intoxicated with love, with their heart in their hand, waiting for the order of the Fakhr Zaman, Sahib al-Zaman, the Bab, the Baha'u'llah, and they drove freely to their heart. One of these stories, the very famous story of these people, is the story of Suleiman Khan. It's very amazing. Some of the people had asked me that how do we explain the situation of Suleiman, where he asks that his body to cut his body and penetrate his body with these lime candles. How could a person do this? What kind of a pain this man was suffering? It is craziness. This is what the word is. But is it crazy? Or is just a degree of love that we do not understand? In a Mathnavi that I've written about Suleiman Khan, I've explained his condition in a story. I have a story of a man and a woman, young people, that they fall in love very much. And they're people, as it is, a stereotype classically heard, they disagree with them, this to escape this fight between their nations and whatnot, and they go somewhere else, they marry, and he works and becomes a successful man, and they had children. One day in the morning, in my story, early in the morning, he receives a telephone call that he has to attend somewhere very fast. He gets up. In Iran, we always have this, the range, and it's all by the gas. It's propane gas. You have to remember, if you turn the propane, when you leave, you have to shut it down. If you don't, and then in Iran, I remember, you put the propane and then you light it. We had to use the light. Sometimes the light is there, but sometimes the little pilot dies, so you have to light. He gets up, trying to get a coffee or tea or something to warm up. He puts the gas on, but he forgot to light it. This goes. Halfway in the road, he just feels that, just wait a minute, he says to himself. Did I turn the knob? Did I or didn't not? And just, it rushes to his head, my God, if I didn't, the whole house would be right now full of propane and just waiting to lighten up. He says, hell with the work and hell with the job, worriness is killing me. He's coming back, whatever, in about an hour or so that he left on the road. He comes back, he sees the whole house is burned, but crumbled completely. Can you believe that? Lover now? So far he went to get to the love, the children. Now he himself, by the oblivion, by the negligence, has killed his own children, his own beloved. What kind of a pain this man is suffering from? Nervous breakdown. That's what you guys say that. Suleiman Khan was suffering from such a pain. He was in Karbala when Bob died. And he was, somebody in the kingdom. He had a relationship to the mother of king. He felt if I was there, I could have prevented this or could have done something. So the Bab didn't die exactly, but he comes back. I think, yeah, the story goes that Baha'u'llah tells him, Suleiman, you and the other gentleman from Kashan, you guys have to go and save the Bab. These are in Tehran, and Tabriz is about, good 6-7 hours drive, even by car now, those days. So Suleiman Khan kind of take this responsibility on behalf of Baha'u'llah to get there, to go to save Bab from these executions. But he reaches there late. The Bab was executed already. I can understand the pain of Suleiman Khan very well. It was that pain that he felt that, I came here. I had to be the sacrifice. But look, in the poetry I've explained, I was like a lamb of God to come and to be sacrificed to the Abraham, so to save the Ishmael. But Abraham in this case, in my story, which is Baha'u'llah, sending the lamb, to prevent the killing of Ishmael, but the lamb comes late. And Ishmael, which is Bab, died. He was executed, and the lamb came late. The pain that Suleiman Khan was suffering, it was so hard. I don't know how do I explain it to you. I hope something like that never happens to me. It's a special pain. He felt that he was responsible. He could have done it. He was sent to save Bab, but he failed. He thought failure, and he was looking for a revenge. He was looking to compensate this, failure. He was just looking. When they told him you were going to die, he said, "Oh God, this is good news to me. Relieve me from this pain." And death. How do you want me to die? Isn't that Baha'u'llah says in the hidden words? That he says, why are you sorry? Gave you the glad tidings that you're dying. Life is that hard sometimes. That death is a relief. Has been for a lot of people. In the case of Suleiman Khan, he just wanted to die so badly. Just because of it. You can't say exactly it's a punishment. If it was, he would not be able to be so balanced in his death. But he said, okay, the whole mission of the Bab is to enlighten you, and I'm going to be an agency of that to continue his message and to do it. This is why he wanted that force and that pressure and that pain to be inflicted with. He felt he deserves it. You may say it's a pain, but to him, it's a relief. It's like if a toothache is killing you, what's the needle? What's the injection? Nothing. Those candle was just an injection, so to relieve him from the actual pain that he had. His pain was so big. Those candle was a remedy to the pain. Pain was so much, it had to be balanced. So, to summarize this again, that Baha'u'llah said that the secret of eternity of God is revealed, and people could understand the presence of God. You'll see the entire souls feel indebted. The entire hearts of the people will become crazy about him. You will see the whole world is one crazy drunken, with all their souls in their hand ready to receive the command of the pride of time, which is Baha'u'llah, to throw their heart and their soul freely on his heart. So this is the eternal love. This is the attractions, you see. When the soul is attracted, you have to understand. I was watching a program last night about the information that these Looney Tunes They think the information goes to the black hole and the body gets disintegrated and the information stays around the black hole. One thing is for sure though, this existence of me here would have to have an information, an idea behind it. So this Abbas sitting here is the material manifestation of something that was existed even before my body, which was the information of me, which was the formula to make me, the possibility of me. That information was existing prior to my body here. That exists. It's a plain file. I have to write in this life the file, who I am, and what I am, and what I enjoy. So once this world is concluded, and the hardware falls down, the software, it stays there, but the software, which is the operating system, it has to have achieved something. That would be the file, like a Microsoft file. That CD, what it contains, that would be me. Good or bad is what I have made it on the other side. Very well, I conclude this, and I hope that you can see this, but all of this will be transliterated. It will go on the website, so you can learn a little bit of a Persian by me transliterating it to get the language of Baha'u'llah. Thank you very much.